are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Earle. I'm joined here as always with my brother Tim. And today we get 3 bowl games. We get some NHL. First decent sized NHL slate since the shutdown. I believe we got like 6 games in the NHL, 6 games in the NHL, and then we get a NBA as well. So should be an interesting slate. Should be finally get more hockey, so I'm happy about that. But before we get into today's slate, before we break down today's games, we're going to take a look back at what happened yesterday, what went right, what went wrong, and it continues to be a struggle here, mainly for college football. I can't get anything to go my way in college football. Had Louisville, had Auburn, none of them came through. I was leaning Louisville's team total over. I was leaning the over in that game. Didn't bet either. Both of them want to hit, so maybe I should just bet my leans and not my actual bets. Jeez. 0-2, and then UCLA got canceled yesterday against NC State. So somehow UCLA would have found a way to lose that game because I had money on them. In the NBA, I went 1-3. A couple of teams that just faded late for me and then couldn't get the job done. Orlando made things a little interesting. There they were down 72-45 at halftime. They outscored the Bucks 37-25 in the third quarter, and they then lose the fourth quarter 30-28. But they were down like 20-something points, and they managed to bring that back within the 13 that I had them at. So unfortunately, they couldn't get the job done there. Yeah. And then my other ones that faded late were the Houston Rockets. They were looking halfway decent. They were covering for a decent amount of that game. Then they faded away late, and so did the Minnesota Timberwolves. In the third quarter, got outscored by 7. So unfortunately, did not get any of those. I did cash with the Raptors plus the 6.5. They almost would have cashed a straight up money line. I didn't bet the money line, but they almost would have. So 1-3 in NBA, 0-2 in college football, 1-2 in the return of hockey. Had the Tampa Bay Lightning puck line that did not get the job done. They lose 5-4. They win 5-4 in overtime, but I did cash the team total over 3.5. And yesterday I did bet a couple unders in today's slate. I'm terrified of those now. I also had the under 5.5 between Arizona and San Jose. Both teams put up a touchdown. And the Sharks, I believe, won that game 8-7 in a shootout. So that was a crazy game last night between the Sharks and the Yotes. And then we did go 3-1 in college basketball, which Tim will go over. But I just need to figure out a way to get something going here because I had 2 halfway decent days on Christmas Day and the day after Christmas. But since then, every single day other than since the 15th has been absolutely terrible for me. So I need to figure out some way to bounce back here, something like that. I'm just waiting for it to turn to 2022 to reset my 20 on my yearly record, and then we'll go from there. So, how was your day yesterday?
Yeah, I can't wait for college football to be done. I'm done with it. I'm over it. It hasn't been a good season for us in college football, but looking over what we did yesterday, yeah, we did have those 2 losses in college football. College basketball, we went 3-1. I'll go over those in a minute. I don't have those up on my screen, but yesterday NBA, it was the matter of a couple points. Washington, I had plus 6.5. They lost by 7. I had Cleveland. They were winning for a while and then got outscored by 11 in that fourth quarter and couldn't get anything done. And then I got a very lucky push from that OKC game. I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden I saw that it pushed. My only win, Denver Nuggets, plus 7.5. And yeah, they were up 60-36 going into halftime. They're up 24 points. They proceeded to get 29 points in the second half, still managed to win 89-86. So that's that's an outlier game. That's one when I start looking at totals, I take that one out, just because you're not going to get games like that. That was a really good defensive game from Denver and a really bad shooting game from both sides. I managed to cash the plus 7.5 and my money line at plus 260. So technically a 1 and 2 day in the NBA. College basketball, let me pull that one up. I know we went 3-1. We had the under in Texas Tech, that cash. We had the under in Gonzaga, that one did not. We had the over in Fresno State, that one went over, and we had the over in Yale, that one went way over. So a 3-1 day there. Still have a really good year, 339 and 260, up 54.5 units in college basketball this year. And then Knicks hockey's plays went 0-2, but hopefully it's a good day today. Make some money. I know we have 18 college basketball plays up for today, 5 NBAs and whatever Knicks got up for NHL. So
5,
excited for
but now 4 in the NHL.
Yeah, I'm excited for a good day. Hopefully we can really start to make a good push towards the end of the year.
Yes, hopefully. We'll
go ahead and go to the chat before we hop into, I think we got 3 bowl games today, Nick?
Mm-hmm.
Supness Lex. Sup, fellas, VGK and Air Force, profitable day yesterday. Good work. We were on the opposite side of that Air Force game, but hey, good work. Jay been heating up. First time in 10 weeks, I hit a 3-day negative. Oof. Hey, just keep rolling with it and you'll get back up. Owing to Mississippi State killed you. Damn. What's up, my guys? Let's get it. Let's cash today. Hit the like button, people. Social appreciation, subscribe, and share. Let's get it. Nice little slate today. That it is. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Cavs was up big and lost straight up. Shake my head. Houston plus 6 was not good. But the over was in the Knicks. And covered
over in the Knicks?
Houston plus 6 was not good, but the over in the Houston game was. Knicks covered barely. Denver plus and the under good. Milwaukee over. Kings minus barely covered. Miami minus, shake my head, and they let Washington come back. Yeah, but I still lost my bet with Washington. Overall, not a good yesterday in the NBA. Yeah, no, not really. I will say that Denver Nuggets money line really helped me, but no, not a good day. Sup, bros? Let's cash today. Everybody like and subscribe. Let's get it. That under in that hockey game was no good. Went over. Shake my head. I think it was San Jose under 5.5.
Yeah, I knew that game was going to be a loser about 4 minutes in when it was 1-1. So that was, yeah, I have a couple unders today, and I'm absolutely terrified because I bet these unders yesterday before the 3 games happened. And the way that these teams looked after the break, this is going to be definitely an interesting week for hockey.
Yes, it will. Mississippi State killed yesterday. Yeah, killed a lot of people yesterday. Didn't bet that game, and I'm honestly done with college football. Hey, Gad, how you doing? Let's get it. Let's get it today. Let's get it. What's good? What's guys? A lot of high-scoring games in hockey yesterday. Are we expecting the same? Cavs messed up my parlay. Hey, Cavs hurt me too.
And with the hockey thing, as crazy as this might sound, even though we saw 15, 9, and 9 in the 3 games, I think there may be value on unders today.
Yep. All right, Nick, I'll let you go and roll through these college football games because I'll be completely honest. I did zero research for this stuff. Nick has all this ready to go. Start off with Maryland and Virginia Tech in the new era Pinstripe Bowl up in Yankee Stadium. That's still in Yankee Stadium, right?
Yes, this one's in Yankee Stadium, New York. Maryland Terrapins and Virginia Tech Hokies.
Yep. Maryland's a 4-point favorite, total of 55. I see that Virginia Tech opened at like 3-point favorites. Now they're 4-point dogs. Where are you looking at this one, Nick?
Yeah, I believe there was a reason why. I personally did not bet this game, by the way. There was a reason why football. There's opt-outs for Virginia Tech. I'm trying to get the full list here of players who opted out, but there was a decent amount of players who are not going to be playing in this game. It's no surprise. It's an ACC school. Apparently, none of these ACC schools are taking these games seriously, as we can tell. This is not one I'm particularly looking at getting interested in. I think that it was a decent amount of their defense. I just can't find, for whatever reason, I can't find the list of opt-outs. Let's see if they have it on covers here. No injuries to report on that side. Weird. I don't know what it is. I can't find the opt-out list. So, but it was a pretty significant amount of people for the Virginia Tech side. This would be Maryland or nothing. Looking to back baby Tua. If you're looking at it, maybe look at team total over 29.5, because I believe it was a decent amount of the defense that did opt out for Virginia Tech here. So if you want to look at maybe an over in this game as well, and a team total over for Maryland, I wouldn't talk you off of either of those, but this one was a no action one for me.
Fair enough. Lex is he's not even laughing anymore. He just MFAO. Is it raining in Yankee Stadium? I don't know. We're not at Yankee Stadium.
I do not know.
I was looking at a total. Good luck. I'm no hockey guy, Nick, but I took that because everyone was saying under. But I looked at the score in the second period or third period. It was like 4-3 or something like that. But it's all good. I did take VGK too.
Okay, good. Yeah, I wasn't on VGK yesterday. I was actually leaning towards LA and the under, and that shows how that would have gone. But yeah, last night was weird.
There you go. What's up, guys? Giving the likes. Thank you, Francisco. Lex got a 9-teamer. Yeah, I saw it on what do you call it today? The morning wood chat. So good luck to you, Lex. We'll go ahead and keep on rolling. This is another good one. We got the Cheez-It Bowl between Clemson and Iowa State. Clemson's a 2.5-point favorite, total of 44.5. Where are you rolling with this one, Nick?
This is one that I actually just added a play on this one about a minute before we went live. And I was staring at Clemson this whole time, and I ended up pulling the trigger on them here. No Bryce Hall for the Cyclones, which was their leading running back, who has declared for the NFL draft. So he will not be participating in this game. I like Clemson in this game, minus the 2.5. I think that they're still the better overall team. Both these teams, very disappointing seasons compared to what they came in hoping for. We all know Iowa State came in with hope for the Big 12 championship. And on the other side, Clemson, we knew they had title aspirations. And this team definitely took a step backwards without Trevor Lawrence this year. But it's a spot here where I like Clemson. I think Clemson is going to be more prepared for this game. I think that they have more of their pieces available. And this is a spot where I'm not even going to try to pronounce their quarterback's name. He's going to be ready to go, and he's looking to prove some people wrong, even though he had his ups and downs this year. So I think that opt out of Hall, the lead running back for Iowa State, definitely going to heavily impact them this game, and I like Clemson in the spot.
There you go. We'll keep on rolling. Lex mentioned his parlay. He's got Oklahoma minus 6.5, Maryland at Virginia Tech under, CMU plus 15.5. CMU, I'm guessing, is something in basketball. Central Michigan, yeah. DePaul and Butler under, Buffalo minus 8, over in the Arkansas game, Spurs money line under in OKC, Jazz minus 6.5, and Bulls on the money line. Good luck, Lex. Except for I think I'm against you on that OKC game. But we'll keep on rolling. This is the last bowl game for today. The Valero Alamo Bowl. You get Oregon and Oklahoma. Oklahoma is a 6.5, 7-point favorite, depending on the book. Total of about 61, 62 area. What are you looking at this one, Nick?
Yeah, this is one I bet early I think I had this game bet 3 weeks ago, and I got Oklahoma at 3. This was a nice little line movement I beat. We all know that the starting, what was it? The starting running back is out for. There's a few, my bad. There was a few opt outs for the Oregon Ducks for this matchup, and you can't really blame them here. This is a very disappointing end to the season for the Ducks, considering that they were in the playoff picture a few weeks ago, and now they're not even on a New Year's Six bowl. They lost twice. They got absolutely obliterated twice against the Utes, and Oklahoma, I think they're the much better overall team. Would I get to them at 6.5? I don't know. I don't think I would get to them at 6.5, to be completely honest. But at 3, I had to jump on them at 3. I think this is a game where Oregon's kind of mailed it in, and Oklahoma, I think, is still looking to figure out their quarterback situation. So, and it was, I believe it's going to be Caleb Williams because Spencer Rattler transferred to South Carolina. And next year, though, Oregon's going to be kind of interesting because they do have a big quarterback transferring in. Bo Nix from Auburn transferred to Oregon here. So I think they're kind of just looking forward to next season. It is going to be an interim coach for, I think, both these teams as well, because both head coaches left before this bowl game. So 2 head coaches that this is I think their first game or something along those lines. Their first game with the teams this season. So I think the Sooners are still the better overall team. I think they're looking to kind of prove Lincoln Riley wrong for leaving Oklahoma as well. I think that can be a little bit of incentive. But I like the Sooners here.
There you go. That is the 3 bowl games for today. Good luck to anybody betting them. Back to the chat. If you parlayed Oklahoma, Bulls, Jazz, Spurs from Lex's parlay, it's plus 260, all money line though. Yeah, but 4-leggers are boring for Lex. If it's not at least 9 legs, then what's the use for them?
Plus, the Spurs aren't going to win.
Why?
Oh, I'm on Miami.
Oh, fair enough. Well, we do have a decent size NBA slate for today. I believe it's 9 games. So, do you want to go ahead and jump into it, Nick?
I guess. We're going to kick it off here with the Detroit Pistons and the New York Knicks in this one. The Knicks are on 6.5-point road favorites in this one. Total 208. Where are you looking at for this game?
Yeah, I passed on this one. It's up to 7.5 on some books. This is just a game that I'm not particularly interested in. You guys know I do not trust the Knicks to lay 6.5 points on them. The Detroit Pistons are a mess. Cade Cunningham is most likely going to be out again. Jeremiah Grant remains out. Derrick Rose remains out. Corey Joseph out. Trey Lyles, Isaiah Stewart, Saban Lee, Josh Jackson, Nerlens Noel. It's just a bunch of COVID stuff going on with both sides. These 2 teams are not particularly good. And when it comes to it for today...
Stop it. Get some help.
Yeah, okay, I'm not...
If you weren't going to hit it, I was.
Yeah, this is not the game I want to get to. There's plenty of other games that I feel have more value and are a lot better to bet on than this game. So I'm passing on this one.
Yeah, I'm not even going to waste my time talking about this game. That's an easy pass for me.
Sounds good. I tried to stick to 2 teamers, but get more greedy for more. That's fair. We'll go to this game, Nick.
Yeah, we're looking at the Charlotte Hornets and the Indiana Pacers in this one here. This game opened up around 1.5. It's now -3 for the Pacers here at home. Total around 227, 228 in this game. What are you looking at for this matchup?
I went over, and I got it at 227 last night before Total Chaos. I feel like this is a good spot for an over. Charlotte, statistically, second best offense in the league and the worst defense. So I'm expecting a lot of points. Pacers will push the pace with them. I'm expecting 2 teams that score in the 120s, maybe 125 area. So I'm expecting like a 240, 250 area for this game. The These are two teams that are not scared of scoring, and these two teams are they're decently healthy right now. Brogdon is questionable with an Achilles injury. Miles Bridges is out. PJ Washington's been out for a while. So most of the players that have been playing every day are in the lineup today. So it should be two fairly healthy teams. I'm expecting a very high-scoring game in this one. Give me the over.
Yeah, this is when I stayed off of this game. Looking at it, we have, as you mentioned, two relatively healthy teams, all things considered. And usually when I'm handicapping my NBA, I'll look at my power rankings. I'll get my base power rank, and then I'll go through and I'll manually adjust for players missing. And I don't think I adjusted this game at all. I had Indiana -3. It's Indiana -3, so I didn't see enough value to target this game. Right? I had 3 or 3.5. I had 3.5 for this game as my personal number. So I guess it's a slight lean towards the home squad here with the Pacers in this game. Not enough for me to want to bet this game, so I'm just gonna stay off.
That's 100% fair. I know you don't like to bet NBA a lot.
I'm very selective with my NBA.
Took the Knicks -4.5 in your handicap baton. Good luck, dude. I know that you're way ahead of me. I've had 2 straight 2-0 days, but I'm still way behind, and I'm not catching up to anybody. I tried to catch up to Lenny. Lenny's still 2 games ahead of me, so wow. I still have some room to make up there. Well, that's what happens when I had like a week straight of 1-1s, but we'll keep rolling though.
Yeah, next we're going to look at the Boston Celtics hosting the LA Clippers in this one here. 5.5-point home favorites are these Boston Celtics, a total around 209.5. Are you interested in getting involved in this game?
No. No, this one's ugly. Both sides out with big players. Paul George remains out. Jason Tatum out. Jackson out. Schroeder out. Smart questionable. Hartenstein, Freedom, Batum, or it was Anis Kanter, but now he switched his name to Freedom. Interesting. Just a bunch of guys that are out that I just do not really want to deal with. And I'm never really good with these two teams anyway. I struggle with Boston, struggle with Clippers. It's some of the Eastern Conference teams, like Boston, like Philly, like those teams I'm not really good with, and I choose to stay away from them. So I'm going to be passing on this one.
Yeah, this is another spot where I think this line's spot on. I had this game handicapped around Boston -5.5. It's Boston -5.5. So once again, no value on this, and this is definitely a Clippers team, which I've been saying is overrated all year. So I guess even with no value, I'd lean towards the Celtics in this spot. But this is an easy stay away from me once again.
Yeah, 100% easy stay away. Go back to the chat. Boston's Clippers, terrible game, stay away. 100%.
Yep.
100%. All right, let's get to this one, Nick.
Yeah, we had the Memphis Grizzlies here against the LA Lakers. 6.5-point home favorites are the Memphis Grizzlies in this spot. We're on a total of 227 in this game. Are we looking to get involved in this one? Is continuing to fade the Lakers a full-time job here?
Yes, it is. I will be on the Memphis Grizzlies -6. I think it's a good spot for it. You're getting they're without Brooks and Melton. The Grizzlies are. Lakers are without Anthony Davis, Bazemore. They're out Wayne Ellington, Rajon Rondo, Trevor Ariza, bunch of their bench players. So once again, this Laker playing on a short bench. They are on actually a second leg of a back-to-back as well after beating the Rockets last night, which the Rockets were on a second leg of a back-to-back. I just think this is a spot. And I have a theory because if you guys don't know, I use the DraftKings app for my injury reports. LeBron James doesn't have a Q tag next to his name today. You know what that means? He's probably going to be out today. That's how it is. Because whenever I see him doing that, and considering it's on a second leg of a back-to-back, I could easily see LeBron sitting tonight. Obviously, stay tuned. Game time decision, 6 o'clock. We'll go over all the injury report. But I could easily see that. I'm on Memphis. I was on Memphis money line and plus the 8.5 versus the Suns the other day. I think Memphis takes care of the Lakers today. I'm grabbing Memphis in this one.
Yeah, this is one where I think if you wanted Memphis, you may have missed your line. I think this line opened up much lower.
No,
yesterday. No,
I don't think so.
no. I was reading in the chat. Someone got him at 4.5. The Grizzlies. So, yeah, this is not one I got to personally. This is another pass game. I have 2 teams I like today on today's card, and this is not one of them.
Fair enough. Stay away to the Boston game. Yeah, got the Grizzlies minus 4.5. Love them tonight. You got them at a good line then. I don't know where you got that line. Bane been playing good. He has. John Morant over 6.5 assists is your second last Woody standing. You'd also bet the Grizzlies team total over. Don't mind it. Lakers on a back-to-back too and traveled again. I would have taken the under, but that line, I was not out at 1 a.m. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Let's keep rolling through the games, Nick.
Yeah. And we finally arrived to a game that I personally have action on. The Chicago Bulls are hosting the Atlanta Hawks in this game. The Bulls are 8.5-point home favorites. Their total is 222. You're looking at this one at all?
I'm personally not. This one's another one of those heavy COVID games or lots of players out. Lonzo Ball, John Collins, Delon Wright, Bogdanovich, Caruso, Hunter, Gallinari, Niang, Jones Jr., Hunter. It's just the list goes on and on with the amount of COVID injuries in this game, especially on that Atlanta side. I can't get involved in this game. And we just saw, if anything, it actually be slightly towards the under in this one. We just saw these two teams score like 240-something points. People are going to see that. Recency biased. Sorry. And want to go after the over again. These two teams are not over teams. I'll state that these two teams are both under teams this year. Atlanta 16-7, Chicago 15-16. Don't let recency bias sway you off of it. There's still a bunch of players that are out for these two sides, so they're playing with small benches. It would be leaning towards the under, but I personally did not get involved in this game.
I think this is too many points. I think 8.5 is too many here. I had this game personally at 6. So my first play of the day is the Atlanta Hawks at plus 8.5, and at plus 295. I feel like that's worth a half unit stab potentially on the money line here. I'm not betting it. I like the other game I have with the money line, but not this one. I like the Hawks though, plus the 8.5. This is just too many points for me. Yes, I know that the Hawks have been struggling as of late, but this is a spot where the Hawks didn't cover last time against them. I think this is a little bit of a revenge game here for the Hawks as well. So, plus they're going to have Trae Young back. I think that he can have a big game as well.
He was back last time they played.
Shows how much I pay attention to the NBA then, and I just look at numbers. But yeah, I'm going to be on the Hawks in this spot here, plus the 8.5.
That's fair. I know the juice is high, but 9 points, I don't like it. That's fair. Keep rolling. We got, 4 NBA games left?
Something like that. Miami Heat are at the San Antonio Spurs. The Spurs are 3.5-point home favorites in this one, total of 218. Where are you looking here?
I got the over in this game. I know that sounds a little crazy. With these two teams, Santi Murray remains out. Bam and Lowry remain out. No Max Struss, Dedmon, Vincent, Tucker. So there's still a bunch of injuries. This Spurs team has been out of control. They've been scoring like crazy, and I don't think they really slow down. If we look at what the Spurs have done, the lowest amount of points that they've scored in the past 10 games is 104. And I think that they could put up a decent chunk of points against this Miami Heat team. And I think Miami can possibly go and score a bunch themselves. I do think San Antonio is probably the play in this game, just because of how beat up this Miami team is. But I think we get a higher scoring game. I know the line has dropped. I think it was a 220. Now it's down to 218.5, 218. I like the over in this one between these two sides.
Yeah, I'm on a side in this one here. The wrong team's favored, in my opinion, or at least I have it at a pick 'em. I'm on Miami plus 3.5. I'm on Miami plus 140 in this game. Half unit play on the money line. And if we look here, yeah, we love the Spurs. The Spurs have been really nice this year. They're 14-9 against the spread as an underdog, though. And they're as a favorite, they're 6-4 against the spread. So usually we want to back this San Antonio Spurs team at plus points rather than laying a price.
Yeah.
And I look at Miami here. They've been underdogs in 12 games this year. You want to take a guess what their ATS record is in those 12 games?
They probably haven't lost one.
They're 10-2 as an underdog this year.
Yeah.
This is a team where if you're getting points with the Miami Heat, I'm going to take them because I've done that a few times this season where even when they're banged up with all these injuries, this team somehow finds a way to win and cover games as an underdog. And I think that this is a very valuable underdog. This is a 100%, probably the livest underdog of the day. There's a reason why I picked this team as one of my plays today. And that's because I think that they should come out and win this game. So I'm going to take them here plus 3.5 and on the money line here at plus 140.
That's fair. Hawks plus 8.5 or pass. It's fair. Heat played awesome defense yesterday and covered, but they also played a hard game. I just think we're going to see a lot of offense from Spurs, and Miami's going to need to keep up with them. I like the over in this one. Me too. I like the over in that Spurs game. We'll go ahead and move on to this one, Nick.
Yeah, Oklahoma City Thunder here are at the Phoenix Suns. It's a 14.5 point spread here, Tim. Total of 217.5. And where are you looking at for this game?
I got it at 216.5. I got the over, and it's moved up a whole point. That's kind of nice. I know there's no DeAndre Ayton and no Josh Giddey for these two sides, along with no Basley, Crowder, or Derek Favors, but I still think this is going to be a higher scoring game. I think that Phoenix probably puts up 120, 125 by themselves. And all we need is a Oklahoma City game where they score 95 points and we can get the over. I think that's a solid spot for it. I know that Oklahoma City is still without their coach due to COVID protocols and one of their young guys and Giddey. So it's going to be a little bit tricky for them to get it. I can honestly see this one being an over game and then a Oklahoma City team total under game. I could see this one being that big of a blowout to the point where it goes over, where Phoenix scores 125, 130 points to their 95, and it goes over. So I like the over in this game. I think the Suns push it over by themselves.
Yeah, look at this spot here. I had this game handicapped around Phoenix minus 15.5, so I didn't see enough value here with them there. I feel like maybe a first half play, Phoenix minus 8 could be interesting. And if you want that team total under, it's 102 with the Oklahoma City Thunder. And I think that this is a game where Oklahoma City is on a second half of a back-to-back. And this is going to be a game that the Suns come in and kick the crap out of them. This should be similar to the Milwaukee-Orlando game last night, which unfortunately I was on the wrong side of. But this would be Phoenix or nothing for me. As good as Oklahoma City has been this year, which 20-11 against the spread as an underdog this year. And when they're an underdog, they beat the spread by, they're 20-11 against the spread as an underdog, but on average against the spread, point-wise, they lose by half a point against the spread in those games. So there's been games that they have massively beat the spread, but when they don't beat the spread, granted, one of those was that
70-something point deficit
from Memphis. But yeah. Which, by the way, the team with the best ATS plus minus as an underdog is Miami.
Oh, Miami. As an underdog, my bad.
I'm looking on teamrankings.com at all these different trends. It's just kind of interesting. But this is it's a Phoenix or nothing spot for me, and I want nothing to do with this game.
That's fair. Hello, good sirs. Hi, Terrenzy. I'm busting. Thunder on a back-to-back. They played a few days ago. It went under 216, I believe. Hey, that's fine. I'm fine with that. I still think the Suns come in rested or semi-rested, and they probably come. I feel bad for OKC because looking at it, the Suns are probably coming in pissed after losing a last second to Memphis the other day. So I think that Phoenix comes in pissed and scores 130 points on them. So Cameron Johnson point props.
Do you think Phoenix first half -8 could be a decent play where they come out strong, and you just don't trust them to cover 14.5 late?
Should. I probably think they cover a 20 to 25 point spread, but that's just me. Cameron Johnson point props always plays a lot versus terrible teams. He's been playing a lot in general due to injuries. It was 214 6 days ago. That's fine. They still have to play the game, so we'll run it. What about this game, Nick?
This is our second to last game of the night. The Utah Jazz are at the Portland Trailblazers here. 7-point favorites are now the Jazz here on the road in Portland. Total 228 in this game. We interested in this one at all?
I'm not. Looking at Donovan Mitchell remains out, along with McCollum, Nurkic, Smith, Covington, Ben McLemore. It's a bunch of players that are out for both sides. It'd be a lean towards the under, but I've kind of missed my line. When we did Chaos last night, the total was a 230. So if I wanted the under, that's probably when I've had to have gotten it. So not really interested in an under now. But at the 230 last night, that's where I would have wanted it. Probably a lean towards Utah still, just because Portland's been awful this year. No interest in this game for me, though.
Yeah, I'm on the same page here. I didn't get to this one at all. I had this game handicapped at 7. It is 7, so I think this line's spot on. And yeah, this was just an easy stay away for me.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't have any more plays on this slate. I had the 2. That's it.
You're good. Bogdanovich point prop. Which one? The one in Atlanta or Sacramento? Speaking of Sacramento, here's the last game of the day.
Sacramento Kings are hosting the Dallas Mavericks. Dallas Mavericks are 2-point home favorites, or road favorites in this one here. Total 221 in this game. Where are you looking here?
I'm on Dallas. Even still no Luka. He most likely still no Luka. He's been out for a week now. This Sacramento team is still a mess. They barely, depending on what line you had, covered versus who did they play last night? Oklahoma City last night. So Sacramento's on a second leg of a back-to-back. Dallas is not. Dallas played 2 nights ago versus Portland, kicked the crap out of them. I think Dallas comes into this game and takes advantage of a bad team. Dallas knows, in order to stay in this West race, which I believe they're like 8th or something in the playoff race in the West. 8th, yeah. They need to beat up on the bad teams, Sacramento being a bad team. This is a spot where they need to take advantage of it. So I see them going and beating Sacramento by 10 plus tonight. I'm on the Dallas Mavericks to get it done.
Another pass from me in this one. I only like the Heat and the Hawks tonight.
Heard. There's a Bogdan. Oh, he's on the Jazz. Wow.
Wow. You're an idiot.
There was a Bogdanovich on Sacramento, though.
Bojan
Bogdanovich? I think he got traded. I think he was the one that got traded. Okay. Pass on Piston game, Indy over. Okay. Sounds good. Pass on Boston. Going through all the games now. But that is the complete NBA slate. Time to do a recap and then head on out for today.
That joke just keeps getting funnier and funnier.
Hawks too, yes. No, the guy on Sacramento went to the Hawks. Got it. What else we got? Memphis minus. Yep. We'll keep rolling. Some hockey for Nick. You know what time it is. Sabres for the cup. New Jersey Devils at Buffalo. New Jersey's a -135. Total is 6. Nick, let me hear it.
There's a lot to go over in this game. We'll start with who's not going to be playing here. And it's mostly on, unfortunately, the Buffalo Sabres side there for you, Tim. No Thompson. They're going to be without Haig. They're going to be without Hinostroza. They're going to be without Miller. They're going to be without Milstad. They're going to be without Skinner. They're going to be without a lot of scoring. One positive, though, they will have Alex Tuch making his debut for the Buffalo Sabres. And, of course, we have a goalie I'm looking to back, which is Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. And this is against a struggling New Jersey Devils team. The thing is, though, I did bet Buffalo yesterday before all this COVID news came out, unfortunately. So I got him at plus 104. You can get him around plus 120 now. And this is a spot here where I think Buffalo should get the win today. And I think plain and simply, this is going to be one of those where Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen is someone I'm looking to back. He's looked absolutely fantastic, all things considered, for the Buffalo Sabres this season. And if we look at what this Buffalo Sabres team has done, now granted, they're coming off of probably their best streak of the season since the beginning of the year, where they only lost by 1 to the Rangers, and I believe overtime. I don't think that was I think that was an overtime game, where they beat Winnipeg, they beat Minnesota, they went to a shootout against they lost in overtime against the Penguins. But yeah, here's what I'm kind of trying to handicap a little bit as well, is teams that are playing better that headed into the break. I don't think that's going to help them, because the last thing you want when you're starting to feel a little bit of momentum like this Buffalo Sabres team has is a break and cancellation of games. And that's exactly what they got. And I think that actually that'll benefit the New Jersey Devils a little bit more here. I wish I didn't bet this game last night, because I have the Sabres money line and I'm semi-regretting it, because I do think that the Sabres are in danger here. But I got to ride with what I've already bet, which is the Sabres money line. And hopefully they'll come through.
Buffalo for the cup. Let's get it. Hockey. Yeah. Atlanta over Sabres. Tuch finally starting. San Antonio minus. Dallas minus. Oh, this guy's smart. He says Buffalo for the cup. And then this guy says Sabres for the cup. Yes, Nathan. Yes. What happened to the Devils?
Sabres for the cup. Let's then say Coyotes for the cup. It's just as realistic.
No, it's not. Last time I checked, the Sabres have a lot better of a record than the Coyotes. But we'll go ahead and keep scrolling through. Puck line. The plus 1.5?
Plus 1.5?
That's like a minus 200. Good luck.
That's minus 215.
Patrick is not bad. They called up. And then Rangers puck line. We'll go to the Rangers now. Let's go ahead and roll into the next game, Nick. The Florida Panthers are hosting the New York Rangers. Florida's around a 160 favorite, total of 6. Where are you looking in this game, Nick?
Yeah, we have two teams coming into this game where their expected goal totals have been lower. We have the Rangers coming in where 3 of their last 5 have gone under 5.5. 4 of their last 5 have gone under the 6, which is this is a 6 total here. Both these teams have outlier games as well, because both these teams, 4 out of their last 5 games have gone under 6 expected goals. But their one game that did go over against Colorado, it was a 8.18 for the Rangers game there. And then on the other side, when Florida played Ottawa, it was 8.86 expected goals. But other than that, their totals without those 2 games, their last 5 games, if we're looking at the 4 then, is a 4.8925 for the Rangers and a 4.645 for the Panthers, which means that this expected total should be around a 4.76 for me. So I do see value in the under in this spot. Now, seeing those those 3 games go over yesterday kind of concerned me. But I think this is an under spot for this game. We have 2 goaltenders that have looked really good this year. I believe Shesterkin's going to be back, and Bobrovsky has looked really good. So I like the under 6 in this game. I'd lean towards the Panthers if I had to get to a side, but the under 6 is where I bet it.
Okay, that's fair. Sorry, I was texting to somebody's right above where I'm at and deciding to jump as hard as they can on the ground. Good morning. Okay, you're flirting with Mr. Nico. Do you still like Spurs game to go over with the Heat losing players? Yes. Under in that game. Sweden, USA, under 6.5 for World Juniors. That Sweden goalie is an absolute unit, and we don't have the juice this year. Is that game even being played?
I thought that game was getting postponed.
Also, Finland puck line at 140.
Issues.
Good luck to your junior hockey.
Yeah, I bet 2 junior hockey games, and I lost them both. So I was like, nope, I'm done.
Okay. We'll keep rolling. We got Washington taking on Nashville for the next game. Washington's a 150 favorite, total of 6 in this game. Where are you looking in this one?
This is another under for me. Looking at these 2 teams, we have most likely, I believe it's going to be Samsonov and Saros in net. The Predators will be missing Duchesne and Yossi for this game, 2 big offensive weapons. And on the other side, no Wilson, no Oshie, still no Mantha, no Sprong, no Schultz, no Jensen. That's kind of what kept me off the Capitals money line here, is that there were so many injuries or so many missing players here for the Capitals. And I think that's going to drive this total lower. Because my expected goals for this one in the last are for the averages for the last 5, Nashville 4.96, Washington 5.668, 5.1025 if you take out the Winnipeg game, which had a 7.93 expected goals average, which was 1.8 higher than their next highest, the 6.14 against Pittsburgh. So we had a little bit of an outlier game there. And Nashville's been staying under the 6 pretty consistently, other than the 6.69 against the New Jersey Devils. So I expect a good game out of Saros. I like Samsonov. He's looked really good this year. He's going to be back and ready to go. And I like the under in this game as well. Those are my 2 unders that low-key terrify me, because unders in the NHL is probably a very scary concept right now, but I like under between the Capitals and the Preds here.
Sounds good. Over in Sacramento and Dallas, I just have Dallas. Predators puck line. Okay. Capitals money line. Cashed the Canada over 10.5 goals yesterday. Was leaning Germany plus 5.5, and their defense is stacked, plus Canada on back-to-back after rout of Austria. Unders weren't even close yesterday. So
I think there may be recency bias, and I think half the totals have gone from 5.5 to 6s, and one went to 6.5. So I think there's value on unders now.
That's fair. But we got 3 games left. Let's go ahead and roll into Edmonton. The Oilers are at St. Louis taking on the Blues. Blues are a 130 favorite, total of 6.5 in this game. Where are you riding with this one?
I'm passing on this game. Looking at what these 2 teams have done as of late, let me get this up on covers. Edmonton's been my Lakers for the NHL this year, and I don't know if this is true, but on covers it's saying Mike Smith potentially in net tonight. I don't think that's true. No, Mike Smith is still on the long-term IR. He's expected back today. So that may be he may be set to return. If that's the case, I like the Blues on the puck line because he hasn't played in months. And this actually, I might be adding the Blues puck line to my card, because here's the list of players that the Edmonton Oilers will be playing without tonight: Turris, Cassian, McLeod, no Nugent Hopkins, no Nurse, no PRB, no Russell, no Shore. So this is a Edmonton team that is banged up to hell right now. We're seeing St. Louis Blues puck line at plus 175. We can see the Blues in regulation at plus 105. I like it here. I'm going to add the Blues puck line here. I'm going to go big here. Go big or go home. I'm not a huge fan of this Edmonton Oilers team this year. They're very top heavy, and when they're missing depth, this team is going to struggle because they don't have depth to begin with. So I think this is becoming one of my favorite plays on the slate now, knowing all their depth is gone. But Blues puck line at plus 175, I think that's a very nice play here. So I'm going to go with them here.
Sounds good. You're going to miss the live show tomorrow. You both know my birthday is Friday, so I'll be on a plane out of town at 10 a.m., but I'll watch the show later on. Hey, have a good birthday, dude. You're good. We appreciate you stopping by whenever you do. Have a good birthday, Marcos. 6-1 on juniors so far. Half unit heat check on Germany plus 5.5. Fade the big favorites coming off a G2 win. It's fair. Oilers over.
I'm going to jump. Nathan, I'm going to jump on that with you. I'll take Germany plus 5.5 today against Canada.
All right, let it ride. Oilers over.
I'll make that an official NHL play.
Over in the Blues. Adding Blues. There you go. Well, while you type up that thing, we'll roll into the next game. Philadelphia Flyers at Seattle taking on the Kraken. Kraken are 130 favorites, total of 6 in this game, Nick. Are we releasing the Kraken tonight?
Is this release the Kraken or pass? And I'm passing on this game for right now. If we get more news later in the day, then I might be jumping on these Kraken. If I were to jump on them, it'd probably be a team total spot here for me. Because looking at what the Flyers are missing for this game, they're missing Thompson, they're missing Ryan Ellis still, Lawton, Sean Couturier will not be playing in this game, and Carter Hart won't be either. So it's going to be Martin Jones in net, which Martin Jones is someone that whenever he is in goal, I'm looking to bet a team total over against. He is 5-4 this year. He actually performed a little bit better than expected. He's 5-4 with a 3.33 goals allowed average and a .907 save percentage. To be honest, my expectations with him was save percentage in the 8s, probably 870, 880. He's not a good goalie. He's an older guy that's been bounced around the league. Not someone I'm particularly interested to back. So this would be a Seattle team total over or nothing. You can get the Kraken team total over 3.5 at plus 115. I think that is a very legitimate play. So that would be my lean in this game. Kraken team total over, but I didn't bet it.
That's fair. Miss Danica saying she's taking the over, not depending on the goalies. That's fair. Final game of the day, we get the Knuckleheads, Vancouver Canucks taking on the Ducks from Anaheim. It's about a pick 'em. We'll really to pick 'em in this one. Total of 5.5. Knuckleheads or Ducks, Nick?
Yeah, this line's moved a lot because there's been some news coming out on the Ducks side. And if this game were to be postponed, I'd be totally okay with that because I got the Ducks at minus 135. No Trevor Zegras tonight. No Adam Henrique. No Max Comtois. No Sam Steele. No Max Jones. No Ryan Kessler. On the other side, no Tyler Mott. No Tyler Myers. No Trevor Pullman. No Hamonic. No Highmore. No Sutter for Vancouver. And remember earlier when I was mentioning teams that are on a hot streak that I think could be affected negatively by a break? It's Vancouver. I think Vancouver will be hit the hardest from this. And I like to, I know I've been riding with the Knuckleheads recently. They've been making me money. But you know who else has been making me money this year? The Anaheim Ducks. I wish I could have got them at minus 105 rather than minus 135, but I still think they're the better overall team here. This Ducks team has probably been the most surprising team for me this season. Not expecting them to be a playoff team. I think they're definitely a playoff team with all this young talent. But for me, this is Ducks. I got them at minus 135. I wish I could have gotten them at minus 105. I still think they're the better overall team. I'm going to go with the Ducks here.
Sounds good. That is all of the games for today. Before we jump into a recap and all that stuff, we're going to go ahead and roll the bumper, and then we'll discuss everything else.
Hey guys, EarleSportsBets.com has finally launched, and to show our appreciation for you, click on the link below or go to EarleSportsBets.com/promo to get the 7-day package for only $49. That's $120 in savings. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, listen to her. Do what she says. She's smart. You should take advantage of that promo when you can. But before we do a recap, if you guys are new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. We appreciate all the support. Check out all the links in the description below: Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, Facebook, Picks and Parleys, Premium Plays, and our merch, all linked down below, along with the new Earle Sports Bet site. Nick will also put a link to our TikTok in the chat in a minute or so, so that
you're just making me do stuff, aren't you?
Yep. So that you guys can go ahead and follow us over on TikTok as well. Nick does all those fun little free pick TikTok videos. So if you guys are interested in that, go ahead and follow us. He'll put the link in the description in just a minute.
I need to get the link again because I have many saved. I have so many saved TikToks that I need to make sure it's the right one.
Okay. A little late. Just woke up. Cashed with the Lakers. Nice. Nuggets. We were all over the Nuggets. Raptors. Cool. Kings over and Magic over. Good work, dude. I will, Tim, in Miami on New Year's Eve. Best party day of the year. On Friday, I got a good time for my birthday. What more can a hardworking man ask for? 10 days of fun in the sun. Hell yeah. Get it, dude. What do you think of Grizzlies over? I'm on the Grizzlies tonight, so I mean, yeah, Lakers defense has not been good this year. I can see that. You'll be on the show on Friday. Sounds good. I'll see you, Miss Danica. All right, recap for tonight for today's games, NBA. I'm on the over in the Charlotte game, over in Miami, over in Phoenix, and I got Dallas and Memphis. And of course, I have to mention the one play I bet for the NHL today. Buffalo Sabres money line. Let's get it. Buffalo Sabres for the cup. Let's roll. Nick?
Yeah, looking at today's slate. Yeah, there's the link. I had to get the link there. In college football, I'm going to be on Oklahoma and Clemson. I'm going to be on the Hawks and the Heat in the NBA. Sabres. Then we got the under in the Rangers game, the under in the Capitals game. Got the Blues minus a goal and a half at plus 175. And then we have Anaheim at minus 134. And I added Germany plus 5.5 versus Canada.
Sounds good, Nick. All right, finish on out the stream for today, Nick.
Yeah, that's going to just about wrap it up for this one. We want to thank you guys, as always, for watching. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. And turn on those post notifications so you guys are notified each and every time we come out with a video here at Earle Sports Bets, or we go live, which is every single morning, 10 or 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Earle Sports Bet Show. That's going to just about do it for this one. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here, as always, with my brother Tim. This has been another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. Thank you guys, and good luck.